Alright, welcome to the second part of this tutorial for Nioh 2 Featherless speedrun. And I actually had to remake the... Well, I didn't remake the first part, I just got to this point again. Because I was recording this and I never realized that somehow on OBS the mic was not set up properly. And I was, it was not picking up anything that I was saying, so yeah, have to do it again. Anyways. Before we get into this, let me explain a little bit what we're gonna do and why. Okay, so summarize skill points. Masterful Slice requires whether we're a novice. That's pretty important, but it's not like super crucial. Okay, it's pretty important. It's gonna be useful, but I wouldn't call it crucial. Now, Flux 2 is actually really important, but I guess you could not say that it's like absolutely crucial. Flux attack is also pretty useful, and we're gonna use it later on, but only on small parts, especially on the DLCs. And then we also have Running Water Earth. That's gonna be pretty much everything that we're gonna get. We're also gonna get some passives like Life Plus 50, and this one maybe, okay? But those are just extra stuff. Now, on Omnium Magic, we do not need to anything else. Like, all I'm gonna get is Water Talisman and Pure Heaven Cursed Earth, okay? And later on the DLCs, we're gonna need Barrier Talisman and Lightning Stop Talisman, but you don't have to worry about this right now. Like, you literally don't have to worry about it, especially if you're not doing DLCs. So we do not need to do any dojos with the magic, okay? On all the routes, I actually did do some magic dojos, but at least one of them, but it is not necessary with the current route. Now, for the axe, this is where the crucial things happen. Titanic Strength, Rumbling Earth, and Mud Spinner 2 all require a Way of the Warrior Novice. I would say that the most important one is Titanic Strength, and then Rumbling Earth, and then Mud Spinner 2. That's gonna be almost the order that we're gonna get it, actually, but we're gonna prioritize Rumbling Earth just because of it's necessary, or it's more useful early on than Titanic Strength, but that's, you don't have to worry about it. You might actually get them at the same time. That's what normally, that's what's normally gonna happen. But sometimes you have to pick Rumbling Earth and not Titanic Strength because you happen to not have enough. It's not a super precise thing. The proficiency is just a overall set of things that you should have at this point, a minimum that you should have, and then anything else is just extra, depending on if you die or something like that, or you just happen to have more. But overall, there's gonna be some points where you're gonna 100% have one thing, okay? As long as you do it properly. Anyways, for Shifling, I'm not gonna delve too much into it, but we're gonna go with Dark Within 3. Like, we're gonna go full Dark Within 3. Then we're gonna go Special Fitness Invigorate, and then we're gonna go aiming for Special Fitness Focus. And then we're gonna end with the Dragon's Echo 3, okay? That's gonna be the order of things. Anyways, apart from that, as you can see, my items are a bit different because I had to redo the first region. But if you do happen to have a Demon Axe, that's gonna be the best kind of axe that you can get at this point. That's gonna be quite useful on this next fight if you do have it. If you don't, then it's whatever. Don't worry about it. But yeah, I'll explain a little bit what happens if you do have a Demon Axe. Okay. Anyways, before we do that, let's go to the dojo. Well, the Order Novice, that's gonna be the only dojo that we're gonna do on the whole run, even if you do DLCs. Still the only dojo. Okay. Continue. Search, pick up, go to sword, right, sword key, get rid of that, go to setup skills and get sword key. Now you wait a little bit here, and 1, 2, 3, dash a bit, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Sometimes that enemy will actually get rid of all his ki before you get the 4th hit, so you might want to check that. Also set up the menu for learn skills for this next part. But yeah, overall that's all you need to know. Nothing complicated. We got some samurai logs. And now, in this mission, I'm gonna explain a little bit one setup, and then later on we're gonna do the first level up, okay? So, right here, you see backflip on the middle? That's where you want to be. That's where you want to put the backflip, okay? So normally it's here, I think. So you use switch mode and put it on the middle. That's because you're always gonna spawn this menu. Like the cursor of this menu is always gonna be in the middle, in the center. So that's where you want to have the backflip on, because we're gonna use it right now. Okay. Backflip. And then search this, spam circle, and start dashing. Simple enough, right? Just follow along this path. Slow down here. So, Yokai spawning, I like to call those road bumpers, because they slow you down. You know, you need to slow down in order to not suffer from them. It's like a road bumper. Now we're on to the shrine right here. And we're gonna level up. 10 constitution, 6 magic. Okay. 6 magic, so. And then rest on skill. Normally it will be either 8 or 9, depending. Okay? Depending on safety shrines and some other stuff. Alright. Get rid of that. And then you go to learn skills, samurai, flux 2, important. And water talisman, important. Ready jutsu, water talisman, and put it where you want. Now, on this part, we're gonna drop down this place right here to the left. There's a travel amulet here. We're gonna use it on any percent and on any percent with DLCs, so make sure to get that one, no matter what. Red Spire Lily, and now we're gonna buff with water the axe and set up the matchlock and the longbow. Pick up this item, which is a Speedstone. Now we're gonna explain this. We're gonna just start the fight with aiming with a matchlock to the head and hit it. Remember that in my case I have a drift on my right joystick, so it might be sketchy. Don't worry about it. And after that we're gonna just rush to him, high stance, light attack. Okay, you should wait a little bit before doing it, because if you do it too fast, you might actually stun him out of falling. But yeah, then flux 2 into low. So yeah, if you don't know what flux 2 is, it's basically a kipple switching to two Nioh stances. If you're on high, you go from high to mid stance to low stance. From mid to like a high and low. From a low like mid to high, or some other combination. And yeah, I'm gonna say flux 2 instead of kipples switch to last stance or whatever. Like I'll just say flux 2 into low, for example, or just flux 2 if it doesn't really matter. Okay, and the flux 1 is just to switch into another stance. Otherwise I'll just say kipples. So you do the quick attack at the start after shooting, flux 2, final blow, switch to high stance, then heaven and earth, a quick heaven and earth, basically just one quick attack into strong attack to do heaven and earth. Otherwise I'll just say full heaven and earth and you would do 2 of them. okay? Just so we're familiar with everything. And after that, you want to be watching what Imagawa is doing. If he decides to do a burst attack, you just need to burst counter that. If he does it early on, you're gonna need to run to him on high stance and attack him with a running attack. Then Flux 2, Final Blow, and continue the same process, like quick Heaven and Earth, Flux 2, quick Heaven and Earth, and whatnot, okay? So just every time that you see the burst attack, you just burst counter. Now, it can happen that he will do it when his key is low, and then you would get a grapple, okay? You know, like you will burst counter, and then you need to realize quickly enough that you can grapple, and then you do a Yokai Shift grapple, which is going to be the ideal situation. Okay, so let's say that you get rid of all his ki, and you have a Demon Axe, and you haven't touched him, like he's just out of breath, okay? You can do this. You can do R1, right, okay? Or in my case it's right, you're just switching main weapons, okay? Or melee weapons. So basically you switch to the sword and then to the axe. That basically gets rid of the water debuff. I mean, the water buff, sorry. And you start proccing the corruption debuff. Okay. So, after that you can do several things. If you're unsure, I would recommend just going with the grapple. But ideally you want to do 2 quick attacks on high stance, followed by, you know, Flux 2, Final Blow, and then some more quick Heaven and Earths, okay? But that would basically confusion. It would trigger the confusion debuff, okay? So let's proceed to the examples real quickly. Yeah, I take a bit longer because I'm like afraid that my right joystick is just gonna drift. Okay, so right there, rush to him, Final Blow, Heaven and Earth, Flux 2, and then you on Demon Axe you just do something like that. Heaven and Earth. 1, 2. And Earth, and if necessary we can do that as well. Okay, that's an example. It went pretty badly actually. But yeah, let's do it again. Okay, aim, shoot, quick attack, Final Blow. I did it too late. It's okay. Heaven and Earth. Okay, right there. As you can see, even though I messed up, I still managed to do that. Then if you have the Demon Axe, you could do that. Heaven and Earth. And then you can just do a Final Blow here. You know, a couple of examples. Don't worry too much about the drops on this boss. They're not very important. Okay, so yeah, basically I'm gonna explain a little bit what you would look for when getting some armor. And right now armor is not terribly important, but it starts getting some importance. It might actually be the difference between clutching a fight or just dying. So I'll explain in a moment. Alright, so Shinobi Hood, you know, anything Shinobi is good. Basically you want to just aim for light armor, okay? And especially the Shrine Maiden set, okay? If you see the Shrine Maiden piece of armor anywhere, just prioritize that, okay? The Thief is a light armor, of course. Shinobi right here, so light armor. I'm not gonna equip it, I'm gonna equip it later. Shrine Maiden. So basically, like the minimum is this, like the Gon, and the Hakama, okay? Now there's also other pieces of armor that are actually light. I don't remember exactly. Oh yeah, the irregular troops, yeah. The irregular troop is also light armor, yes. And there's some others as well. But yeah, just keep in mind that. Okay? Anyways, let's go to the next mission. Alright. So, I'll come in. We're gonna fight a non-mandatory enemy. It's just... I'll explain in a moment. Okay, so right now, here, this Yamamba right here, we're gonna actually kill it. Because it's likely to kill us, actually. If we just let this enemy leave and just go to the other part. But it's not the only reason. Another reason is to set up the proficiency, so we get a higher proficiency, and also set up the anima meter, okay? So we are on an ideal or more ideal meter without wasting too many resources, okay? So we're just gonna switch to the axe, high stance, strong attack. I got pretty unlucky there, it's okay. Okay. And now we're gonna use the lantern pamphlet. Now, you would normally be able to just hit the Yamamba right away on the head, on the horn. You will just break on the first hit, but I got a bit unlucky. I guess I'll just show it off right now. But before I do that, if you have a Demon Axe, your Sentience bar will be high. Depending on how high your Sentience bar, you will have to do something or not. So, let's just say that you have a Demon Axe and your Sentience bar gets to full with this grapple. Then you will not have to worry about anything, you just continue as normal. Otherwise, if your Sentience bar is high, but it's not full, like it didn't trigger the corruption buildup, or the awakening of the weapon, then you will need to go to the menu, select the axe, change to another random weapon, and then change back to the axe quickly, okay? That would get rid of the Sentience bar buildup past the 50%, okay? It will just go back to 50%. If it's lower than 50%, it will not go to 50% if you do that, okay? Just keep in mind that. So it'll be something like this. Something like that, okay? But yeah, I'll do this fight again, real quick. Okay, so high stance strong attack, it's a set. Normally you hit it on the first. Now you grapple and use a lantern pamphlet to set up the meter. Now you start equipping some armor. Okay, don't worry about it too much. You don't need to equip the full thing. But, if you can equip more, then that's better. Just make sure that you're on lightweight, okay? And you don't equip anything that is not light. Alright. So now we go to Learn Skills and get Masterful Slice and Dark Within 2, okay? Quickly. As quickly as you can. Let's continue. And since we're half a bit of time, we can go to the equipment again, while we're recovering some ki. And we can continue with this if we want to. Now that's Lone Wolf Graves, which is fine. I'm gonna change it later. But keep in mind that it's not a light armor, okay? Yeah, make sure to get the Fleeting Guardian Amulet. And now I'm gonna do one thing that... okay, so normally you would just pick this item here, which is a Red Spider Lily, and then go to there. go to the boss immediately. But I'm gonna take this shortcut. That would be like, taking the shortcut is just the only thing that you want to do if you want to take things safe. But apart from that, I'm actually gonna get this shrine, just so I don't have to do everything again when I quit out. But yeah, if you do die, for example, in the boss, and you take this shortcut, you will just spawn that on that shrine, on the first shrine, and you just take the shortcut. Easy peasy, okay? But ideally, you don't want to do that. Yeah, I'm gonna get rid of that, actually, I don't need it. Anyways, I'm gonna get this shortcut, I mean not this shrine right here. It's gonna increase my MRIT a little bit, but it's not gonna make any difference, honestly. And now we're gonna buff here. And I'm gonna explain the fight a little bit. Okay, so there's two main attacks that you need to worry about. One is the quick swipes, well, from legs of Kamaitachi, and the other one is the spin that does a tornado, and then Kamaitachi jumps back. Okay, if you get the later one, you can do a quick heaven and earth. You should be able to get the full thing if you're fast enough. Otherwise, you can do dodge into mid stance, dash attack into second attack of second strong attack. So basically, the first attack of mid stance strong attack is actually pretty slow, but the second one is pretty fast. And the dash attack you can follow the second attack with you can follow the dash attack with the second hit of the strong attack combo on the mid stance. So that's gonna be pretty useful. Okay, and you can also just dodge into doing that. Okay, so that's pretty good. Now that doing it optimally is pretty tricky. So what I would recommend is that if you are not able to do that, you can do high stance, strong attack, and finish with a burst attack. Careful though, because that can leave you quite vulnerable. Just if you can do the other thing, that's going to be better. Apart from that, once the Kamaitachi is on low key, like very low key or zero key, you do Yatsu no Kami plus some of your hits, like full heaven and earth. That should get rid of all the red key as well, and you should be able to grapple. Then you just dash away once, buff, get in, quick heaven and earth, and then just repeat the same process as before. Just be more careful, but because now it's the dark realm. Apart from that, whenever you see a burst counter, make sure to a burst attack, make sure to burst counter it properly. Just be careful overall, okay? Because this boss is a bit tricky sometimes, especially with the spin flies, or when the boss starts spinning towards you flying. So that's pretty tricky. Anyways, let's go. So, heaven and earth. Okay, so yeah, I didn't manage to dodge actually. That's another attack that you can punish with that. You can dodge that or you can block that if you're not sure you can actually dodge it. But yeah, now Yatsu no Kami, full heaven and earth, grapple, buff, heaven and earth, burst attack, burst counter, sorry. And you can grapple again if you want to. Now I can do this 1, 2. Basically, what I meant to say is that it should be safe enough at this low HP that you can just be very aggressive. If you have HP, if you do not have HP, don't take that risk. Okay, I'll do it again. Okay, so not a good start. It's fine. Okay, so yeah, punish that with that. Now, Heaven and Earth. If I don't say quick Heaven and Earth or full Heaven and Earth, it's just gonna be a quick Heaven and Earth, okay? So full Heaven and Earth, Flash 2, grapple, dash once, buff, run to him, Heaven and Earth. Yeah, got a bit impatient, it's okay. So I have enough ki. Remember that to take into account your ki before you do Heaven and Earth. Like for example, if you let's just do this. One moment. If you have just a little bit of ki, you're not gonna be able to do Heaven and Earth. If you have more ki, you're gonna be able to do one, like the quick one. And you have even more ki. Okay, one, even more ki. You're gonna be able to do the full one. Okay. That's basically the idea. Anyways, Helm Splitter Axe, that's actually really good. I'm not gonna equip it just to show you that you can do the next fight with an underpowered axe. Or, you know, the lowest axe that you should be continuing the run with. But I guess I will equip it later for the next region, okay? So yeah, as you can see, you will be able to equip the Hand Splitter Axe, okay? Make sure to do that. If you get the axe, don't do the same thing that I did here. I just want to prove that you can continue with this kind of level, okay? With this kind of axe. Okay. So yeah, we're gonna see some pop-ups here. 1, 2, 3. And now we're gonna continue. Okay, so we're gonna have to skip a cutscene here. This part of the tutorial is gonna be way shorter because the fights are more simple overall, less to explain, and you know I've already done a lot of introduction to many mechanics and things important. But yeah, make sure to take that small spirit stone. Yamabushi sandals is a nice extra. Alright, so yeah, get ready to the learn skills menu, just to save up a bit of time. Now move this, Shuffling, Dark Within, Samurai, Kibbles Earth, and Magic Pure Heaven Earth. Use those 5 and get the shortcut for the Fleeting Guardian Amulet, then use 2 of them, Red Spire Lily shortcut, Travel Amulet shortcut, Lantern Plant Fruit shortcut. Now, wait for this and jump, or you know, dash. You want to leave the elevator at that point. If you feel like your menu is too slow, just cut it short, it's okay, you can do the rest later. Now, I'm gonna explain one thing real quick. It's not super important, but you know it has relevance. So over here, this is the path that I'm gonna take for to take that shrine. But normally, if you don't actually want to take things safe, if you just go into if I die, I'll just reset or something like that. You can follow this path that I will follow right now before turning back. So right here, this is the direct path. No safety, and you will drop right here, okay? You will just drop forward. Anyways, we're gonna take this safety shrine with the shortcut, okay? Dash. Take this shortcut, and get the safety shrine. Now, you could level up here if you do... Okay, I'm not gonna do it, but if you do, make sure to put 10 heart, and then the rest on courage, okay? But yeah, we're not gonna do that because we don't need it. I would actually advise that you just stick to not leveling up at this point. honestly. It's not a very necessary thing or anything, it's not gonna help you that much. And now you go to the right and get this item. Spirit Stone. Yeah, make sure you have enough ki to go around this place without, you know, suffering from low ki, basically. And now we're gonna do one thing. Now, on this part, do you see this fog right here? That's a Rokurokubi. You see this panel right next to it. Just start dashing when you're right next to it. So you want to like maybe stop dashing a little bit. Just continue forward, but stop dashing, and then start dashing right after it, like right next to it. And you should be able to get past this Rokurokubi spawning without getting staggered. Okay. So use right there, just like that. I'll do it later more smoothly because right now I was. Actually, okay, so you just enter, you know, enter the boss. I went with muscle memory, sorry. Enter the boss, switch to axe while you're entering, skip the cutscene, and buff with purity. Now, I'm gonna do it right now because I didn't do it earlier. At this point, what you want to do is your main attack on the first part of the fight is gonna be the high stance strong attack, nothing else. But you want to be careful. Dodge the first attack. It should normally be either a regular mid-stance attack or sword key and maybe EI. Okay, that's basically in order of convenience. The first attack is more convenient than the last. Okay, so when you see an opening after an attack or whatnot, do high stance strong attack and watch what Saito Yoshitatsu is doing. If Saito Yoshitatsu, it's either one, block the first attack of the high stance strong attack, and then start tanking the next one because it's doing a hyper armor move, which is the grab. Dodge away. Okay, avoid that. Don't continue. Now 2. If Saito Yoshitatsu blocks the second attack, stop attacking again. Just make sure to be on defensive / evasive and wait for the next opportunity. If none of those two things happen, you can do the following. You can do Flax 2 and then high stance strong attack again and just watch the same thing. When you get to a point where you get rid of all of Saito Yoshitatsu's ki, immediately Yokai shift. You should be able to get a grapple and then do 3 light attacks into a brute counter, and then most likely what's gonna happen is that Saito is gonna try to grab, so make sure to avoid that, and then do a couple of attacks and then brute counter. If the grab attack doesn't happen at that point, what should happen is that you avoid whatever she does, or he, whatever, depending on your character. And you can do just a quick attack and that Saito will be blocking, and then because it's blocking, it will just get rid of all his ki or her ki, and you can just grapple. Now, after this second grapple, okay, the second one, you want to do strong attack, and depending on the positioning, if Saito is, let's say, in the corner, you can do a brute counter, and then you can do a final blow. And you can do a couple of attacks and then Jatsu no Kami. If it's on the wall, I would recommend running. You know, after the, you will always continue it with a strong attack. Okay, so after the strong attack, you will just run and attack, and that would also put Saito Yoshitatsu on the floor, and you will just final blow and do the same thing as before. Otherwise, if it's on the middle of the arena and there's no walls near, you just do the strong attack and then follow it up with Jatsu no Kami. If you have enough, of course. If you do not have enough, just do the same thing as on the second case, okay? Let's go. Okay, strong attack, blocking the second, so I avoid that. 1 and 2, blocking the second. Okay, this is a bit tricky. It's blocking the second all the time right now. That's not ideal. Oh, that's terrible. Yeah, I'm gonna have to redo this. Yeah. If that happens, just do this. Because otherwise, you're not gonna be able to do anything. 1, 2, 3. Road counter. 1, 2. Yeah. This is terrible. Okay, heaven and earth. Heaven and earth. So attack. Another one. That's no Kami. Okay, so that's how you save the fight. If it's unfair. If she decides to do, or he, whatever, it doesn't matter. Decides to go on Yokai Shift while Saito has sword out, not the dual swords, it will be Phantom. You're screwed. You cannot do the same thing that I did here. It's not gonna happen. Like, no, you're gonna die. If that happens, you can either just quit out, depending on if it has a lot of HP, or if it has less HP, you can try to just shoot with the max lock, okay? Take the max lock out and shoot. I'll do this fight again because that was not a good showing of what normally happens. I got pretty unlucky and I did mess up a little bit at the start. But that's mainly because I was confused because I normally don't pause a fight as soon as it starts, okay? So yeah, BRB. Alright, welcome back. Buff with Purity. Dodge. Fire stance strong attack. Fire stance strong attack. Fire stance strong attack. Okay. That's good enough. Okay, shift. 1, 2, 3. Road counter. 1. Okay, shift. There we go. 1, 2. So that's how you do it, more or less. Heavyweight axe. So yeah, remember, while Imagawa cannot really give you an axe, I think it can happen, but it's like extremely rare. Saito Yoshitatsu can actually do that, so take that into account. Anyways, go forward. We're gonna finish this second part. And yeah, I'm just gonna take the heavyweight axe, because why not? And yeah, with this we finish the second region, and we actually get a hand mirror, which is, you know, a pretty neat free accessory. So yeah, that's pretty neat. We also get two, you know, the ability to get 2 guardian spirits. So we're gonna proceed to that in the next mission, and we'll proceed to the next region. Couple of cutscenes. There we go. Okay, so I'm gonna save here. I'll see you guys on the next part, which is gonna be Shadow, the region 3 Shadow. Hope this was useful enough. See you. Bye bye.